This is how you build a skeleton XP farm in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. First you want to grab yourself a few items. You're going to need 2 soul sand, about 30 buttons, they can be any buttons you want, 1 hopper, 3 chests, 3 slabs, 32 dirt, 2 buckets of water, about 27 kelp, and grab yourself a few torches too. So we're going to start by lighting up the room to make sure no mobs spawn at all. And what we need to do is clear a space, 4 blocks in every direction, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to take these blocks off like so. 1, 2, 3, 4 in this direction. Whoop. And 4 in this direction, which is already done for us, and 4 in this direction like so. Now once you've marked out how far you need to go, we're going to take down these walls but leaving this top row as is. So we're going to take out these walls like so, clearing them out 4 blocks away from the spawner in every direction. Once you've done that, it should look something like this. You should have this ring left around the top of the room. What we're going to do is, with the blocks we've just taken from the walls, we're going to place these across the top of the roof and fill in this gap like so. You can use any block you want for this, as long as it's not sand or gravel or anything with gravity. Just get rid of that torch. So you've got 2 blocks above the spawner. Double check that. 1, 2. And if you've removed any torches, just make sure you replace them, just to make sure these skeletons stop spawning in. So next is to pick the direction that you want your skeletons to go. So for example, I've come into the cave this way, so I want the skeletons to land over this direction. So the opposite wall is where they're going to go, because they're going to go up, over and down. So before we mark anything else, we're going to dig 1 block down like so, all the way around. So we're going to do this for the entire room. Again, once you've done that, make sure you've got some torches up, otherwise these skeletons are going to start spawning again. So now we've got the direction we want the water to go. I want it to go towards this wall here. So what I'm going to do is just quickly block this off. I'm going to make myself a little hole here. And with your 2 buckets of water, what you can do, actually, the spawn's going to land about here, so I'm going to do it over this side. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make an unlimited water source, just so I can only need to bring 2 buckets of water with me. So I'm going to place a bucket here and a bucket of water here. You've got yourself an unlimited water supply. So grab your 2 buckets, and what we're going to do is come opposite the wall that we want our skeletons to go down. We're going to place a bucket of water in this corner and a bucket of water in this corner. And if you've done it correctly, you should have this sort of shape come out at the bottom. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dig the blocks at the edge of the water, making sure I'm not breaking these blocks underneath the water. So it should end up looking like this. Then what we need to do is come from this middle block here, and we're going to dig into this wall 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, like so. And then we're going to dig 1, 2, 3, like so. So this should be 3 high and 3 deep with a little bit of a drop here. Now we need to grab a chest, and we're going to place the chest here. Now the purpose of this is the water's going to drop down, because the chest is just a fraction smaller than a standard block. So this is going to help your skeletons stop getting stuck in this section, and they'll all end up going up. Now once you place down this chest, what we're going to do is place a piece of dirt here and here. And now what we're going to do is dig up. I've accidentally made a hole there. Fill that in. So now what we're at Y level 29. We want to dig up 25 blocks. But we also want to take this column out and this column out. And on this side, we're going to place our buttons all the way up to the top from this block. So as you're building up, we're going to be taking these 2 blocks away, but only putting buttons on this side like so. So this is where your dirt comes in. So we're going to jump up from Y level 29, 25 blocks. So it'll be at Y level 54 at the top. So 1, 2, 3. And then what we're going to do is just dig above our heads as we're going up. These both columns, and then on this side we're going to place our buttons, and I'll explain why you need these in a second. So once you reach your Y level that you wanted to, which is 25 blocks above the bottom, so I'm at Y level 54, which is the max I need to go to. Now this is where you want to stop putting your buttons to. You want to leave this wall completely blank, and what we're going to do is dig out a tunnel 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3. And for now, if you want just to get across, you can place a block there and replace the button later. So from there we go 1, 2, 3. On the 3rd block we want to dig down 1 and dig out this tunnel here. So then from this block we want to come out 6 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to come down again on the 7th, so get rid of this, come down, and then 1, 2, and 3. So once you've got your tunnel dug out like so, we're going to go back down. So first of all, what we're going to do, get rid of this block and place our button back, like so. Grab a bucket of water, and we're going to place that here. So that'll start streaming down now, like so. And then we're going to start digging down. So dig all the way down to the bottom, making sure you don't get rid of that last piece of dirt, which I just did. So we're going to replace that dirt there, so you can see that these buttons are stopping these coming out. But there's another reason the buttons go all the way up, and I'll explain that again in a second. But for now, what we're going to do is grab our kelp, and we're going to place that there. Now, whilst you're down here, make sure you fill your water bottles back up. And we're going to use the kelp, and we're going to go back to the top, and we're going to turn all these into water source blocks. And that's going to help with our bubble elevator. So once you're at the top, we're just going to come back down and break the kelp. And we're going to replace this dirt then with soul sand. So at the bottom, we're going to break this kelp here. We're going to grab our 1 soul sand. I'll grab your both soul sand, and we're going to break and replace that really quickly, turning that into a bubble elevator. We're also going to replace this dirt with soul sand, and we're going to place a bucket of water there. So we've got soul sand there and there. Now this is going to help for when the skeletons come in, they're going to go straight up like so. So once both bubble columns are in, fill up your water buckets again just in case we need them, and we're going to go back up to the top. So up we go. And once you're at the top, you'll see the water will automatically push me along. It'll push me down this, and I'll keep going along. You can get rid of that block if you want to, so it gives a bit more space, and you're going to end up at this block. So what we're going to do now is place a button here, dig down, place a button here, and then we're going to dig down another 21 blocks. So my math on this part was a little bit wrong. We're just going to dig out, like I've done before, just one more block that I filled up. I had it right the first time. So once you've done that, and you've got, at the end column here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. We're going to dig down this 4th block here. So we're going to place a button on the wall to stop the water flow. We're going to break 1 block like so, and then we're going to place a button on the side there. And now we're just going to dig down 21 blocks. So once you've dug down to block 22, which for me it was here, we're going to clear out a nice little bit of space, and then what we're going to do is we're going to test it with the skeletons. So we're going to grab our hopper, we're going to dig out 1, 2, and 3 like so. I'm going to place down your last remaining 2 chests. So 1, 2, crouch and place your hopper on the side, and this is where skeletons are going to come down. So we want to make sure that we've got a wall coming all the way down. So we've just got 1 block showing. I'm just going to clear this out so I can come down a bit further. And then what we're going to do is grab our slabs and place them here and here. So that'll stop the skeletons attacking you. So just to test if this is working, we're going to grab our remaining slab, we're going to break the torch on top and place it on top of the spawner. That'll stop them spawning up on top. And then we're going to break each block that this water lands on. So we can just come to the last block, break all these, including that middle one there, coming all the way through like so. So you should see the water direction all flowing into this 1 column. So just to test it, we're just going to remove all of these torches. Remove them carefully for me because I'm on creative. I'm going to end up breaking the spawner, which isn't good. So we're going to get rid of all of these torches like so. And then I'm going to fill in this gap here. And we should see some skeletons spawning in. As you can see, they go through the door and straight up the bubble column. Now, the reason I've done the 2 columns going up with the 1 button is because it'll stop stuff like this happening as often. So it will happen. It's really hard to make it not happen. But if a skeleton gets stuck like this, all it takes is another skeleton to come through and push him in. But with this 2nd column, it just gives them more of a chance to actually go up the chute. Because even if they nip the bubble column a little bit, I'll take them all the way to the top. I just pushed him back down. They're going to come through and go into your kill chamber. Now, what we want to do is make sure that the blocks that we've put digging down are actually going to let them land with 1 hit of heart. So let's double check. And make sure that when they come down, they are actually going to be a 1 shot. So let me grab a nice sword. I was saying that I can test this with my fist just to make sure they're 1 hit. So we're just going to sit here and wait for them to come down. So a little bit of a mistake I've made when coming up to the top Now at the top of the column we had these 2 blocks here and here. What you're going to do is make sure you remove these 2 blocks as well, because they're going to get stuck and they're going to keep dropping back down. So make sure you remove that block, and then that'll make them come down a lot smoother. And now for me, I've made my trap a little bit, I think 1 block too low. So what I'm going to do is test it with putting another block above it. Now the skeletons should land on this and actually survive, but make them a 1-hit shot. There we go, they're landing fine now, and they're going to be a 1-hit kill. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this hopper and chest up 1, just like so. Make sure I remove this block here, and we're going to place a slab underneath these again. And then when they land on this hopper now, they're going to be a 1-hit kill. And if you have any questions about this build, make sure to join the Discord. Link will be in the description. I'm active in there most days. Or comment down below if you don't have Discord. And if you found the video useful, consider giving it a like. It helps out the video quite a lot. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.